Hello, friends. This is Mike from, well, Right-Minded for now, but I'm actually going into business, my friend. We're going to be Level Prep now. So, Mike from Level Prep. Anyway, this is Mike Tries, the digital SAT practice test number 2. This is the second one that I've taken. I took the first one, I made a video about it, learned a couple lessons. Now I'm here for test number 2 and recording it, both for my own purposes again, and maybe people can pick something up from it. Okay, so I need to review for myself the test format I had forgotten. So I just need to remember this. For the reading and writing, there's 2 modules. Each of the modules is 32 minutes long, uh, and there's 27 questions. So the checkpoint, like the middle part, is 16 minutes, and I want to be a little past halfway at the 16-minute mark, which is to say I want to be, I guess, like on question 14 or maybe done with question 14. Because in all of the modules for the math, the reading, writing, etc., the questions tend to move easy to hard. Um, eh, that's only kind of true for the reading, writing. I think it's mostly true for the reading, writing. Definitely true for the math, though, where the sections are 35 minutes long. That matches the LSAT, by the way, where the halfway point is 17 and a half minutes. There are 22 questions. That's easy. I need to be, again, 11 questions is the halfway point, but I want to be past that by then. And I might do things differently. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Um, right. So, like with last time, before you take any test, you just want to give yourself a snapshot of how you're doing on that day. Tests are a performance. It's not just a measure of the knowledge that you have in your head, it's also a measure of how well you were able to prepare to execute on that specific day. I'm not in the best shape right now. I gave myself a 6 out of 10 overall in terms of like how good of shape I'm in. I didn't sleep that well last night. I haven't been sleeping well in general over the past few weeks. This is related to, and I'll talk about this down here, but I've had depressive episodes recently. I have depression, and over the holidays, especially after between Christmas and New Year's, life was hard for me sometimes, as it is for depressed people. So yeah, so I haven't been sleeping that well. That said, though, today I had a nice healthy breakfast. Bagel and cream cheese. I ate an egg. I'm feeling like well fed. It's like 11 in the morning right now, 11 a.m. Um, Now I want to track substances that are in my brain. I had a cup of tea this morning, so it's a little bit of caffeine, and I'm sipping on again these like yerba mate drink. There's a little bit more caffeine. That matches my normal caffeine consumption, so I'm not more or less than average in those terms. I'm also on my normal doses of meds. As I mentioned, I take antidepressants because I'm depressed, and etc. I have no other substances. Last time I had had a glass of wine the previous night with dinner. This time that's not true. There's no other, there's no meth in my system right now or anything like that. Okay, so I'm gonna think about my activation. This is like how energized I am. Am I too energized and therefore stressed, or am I not enough energized? I think on this front today, I'm, if anything, a bit low energy. I'm coming out of these depressive episodes, but I'm not super high energy right now. I'm sleepy and lethargic. I probably actually should do like jumping jacks or something during the break to like get myself going. That said, I've been looking for a chance to take this second test for like a long time now. So like deep down, I'm stoked that I'm getting to do this, and I'm motivated like in my brain. Um, Also, yeah, man, I was just like introspective about my mood. My confidence is kind of low going into this. So last time I got a fix 1560, I think. I missed one question in each section. I'll talk about what those were, but this is the time that I'm supposed to get a 1600. And I think I'm a little bit nervous. Like I'm mostly playing not to lose. I'm not like stoked about the chance that I'll get a 1600. I'm more like scared that I'll miss questions and look stupid. So this is something to keep in mind. I think that that's something potentially to address again, maybe during the break. Um, okay, my mood. This is so I touched on this, but I'm low energy right now. I've had depressive episodes recently, and I'm sort of just coming out of that right now. Physically, though, I'm in good health. I'm not ill. I don't have any headaches. I don't have like a wrist cramp or anything like that. Right, okay, so I'm going to talk about hypotheses for this test, things that I'm going to go into this test trying to do, and also lessons that I took from the previous test. Uh, One of the lessons is to immediately click the like eliminate button. There's a little button that looks like this. It's like A, B, C, don't know, and that allows you to eliminate answer choices. I don't know. I didn't turn that on until like way far into the test last time because I thought there was some downside. There's no downside to clicking it. You just click it and it gives you more options. Like just immediately click it. So that's one thing. And then more content wise, so I missed one question each from math and from reading and writing. Uh, the question that I missed from math was about similar triangles, like side, or angle, side, angle. Like what are the theorems for making sure that triangles are similar? I had forgotten those because I hadn't studied them in a long time. So I got one wrong because of that. I have since brushed up on those. The other one that I didn't miss a question because of this, but I took too long on one, is the idea that b squared minus 4ac for a quadratic equation, if this is greater than 0, that means there are two real solutions. It's going to hit the x-axis twice. If it is 0, it's going to hit the x-axis once, or there is one real solution. And then if it's negative, 0 real solutions. I had forgotten that too. It's a handy shortcut, and they seem to be kind of focused on this, so that feels important. And I brushed up on it. For reading and writing content, the one that I missed was a rhetorical synthesis question. I'm not going to go too far into this because I spent like half an hour last time, like really nerding out about it. But suffice it to say, you don't need to know what this means, but I'm going in thinking that rhetorical synthesis, if there's a lot of focus on linking words, you need to find a word that accomplishes what rhetorical synthesis wants you to do. Again, you don't need to understand that. Watch the half hour, yammerings in the last video if you really care. Anyway, yeah. For reading and writing timing, last time I had very little time pressure. I felt very little time pressure. This is probably due to my own strength. I come from the LSAT, which is a much more time pressure test anyway, and the content in the new reading and writing section is super similar to the LSAT. So I just, it plays to my strengths really well. And so for me, I need to remember that I'm really not under that much timing pressure in the reading and writing. That's not true for the math, though. At the end of the second math module, I had marked way too many questions to go over, and I didn't have enough time to go over all of them. I did go over, I can't remember which module it was, but I did, with my extra time, correct a mistake that I would have made. But for example, I probably could have figured out that geometry question if I had had more time, but I was acting as though I had plenty of time when in fact I didn't. Yeah, one of the things to note actually is like, both of these modules are the same length and they have the same number of questions, but the first module is like a mix of easy to hard questions. And if you do well on that, the second module, just on average, the average difficulty is a lot higher because it's like a mix of medium to hard questions. So the second module in both of these should feel more time pressured than the first. That's just something that I noticed in hindsight, and I'm going to try you can keep in mind now. Yeah, the last thing, I don't know if this is necessary, but it's something that people do on the LSAT that I'm just going to try here. Sometimes, if I think usually it's when you're a high scorer and you're experiencing some time pressure, and you know that this section goes from easy questions to hard questions, that a certain module will progress from easy to hard. One thing to try is to go backward during that section. So you're going to start with the hardest questions, and then the questions in your experience are going to get easier and easier and easier as you go. The logic for that is that it makes it so that when you're running low on time, the questions that you end up rushing on are easier as opposed to rushing on the harder questions. Again, that puts a lot of pressure. If you aren't a high scorer, I would say like maybe aren't like 600 plus or maybe even higher, like 700 plus. That's actually kind of dangerous because the medium questions are the ones that you're likely to be able to get. So you want to spend a lot of time on those and make sure you get them right. And then if you're rushing on the hard questions, it's less of a big deal because you're less likely to get those right anyway. Here, I'm trying to not miss any questions, you know? So spending the time that's required to get the hard questions right, and then rushing if I need to through the easier ones might be better. We'll see. I don't know. It is something that I do on the LSAT and that some of my students also do on the LSAT. So I'm just going to try it out. Okay, I think without further ado, I'm just going to get started. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much else to say. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to be taking notes here. It's not going to be relevant for a little while, but here is where I'm going to be taking notes. And yeah, so I'm just going to start. So yeah, this is the second practice test. I've already sort of got it queued up here. So I'm going to hit next, and I mean, am I just gonna, is this going to start right now? Yeah, okay, cool. Right, so just click this button immediately, right? Completes the text with the most logical, precise word or phrase. Widespread because there's a lot of people. Yeah. That's funny. We'll come back. The word comprise is an interesting one. This is the correct way to use the word comprise. It's kind of a hipster question. Most people use the word comprise differently. Yeah, so the researchers thought that they were ruled by men, and they're like, okay, I need to like begrudgingly admit that they held leadership roles, which is conceding. Yeah. This is like tolerate. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. It's like, yeah, tolerate, put up with. Yeah, sure. The main purpose of the text, we got to read this carefully, you know. Confederated Salish and Coatani tribes. Cycle, 1924. So it's like there's going to be new shit, but it's still going to suck. Yeah, nah, no. New roads, new beating of drum, men's eyes, you're fresh seeing. It's going to be like, oh, everything's all fresh. But there's a new sun being completing what the night began. The same backs bending, the same sad feet shall drum. This is like repeating the drumming thing. When this night finds its ending, a day shall have come. It's like repetition. The repetition, the repetitiveness inherent in human life can be both rewarding and challenging. I mean, yeah, it's like good stuff, bad stuff. That kind of fits. Experiences of individuals relate to the experiences of their communities. Yeah. I'm going to flag this just because I have lots of time, but, and I guess I'll leave this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right though. The function of the underlying portion of the text as a whole. Great. So ever repulsed yet ever rushing on, filled with a life that will not know defeat. God damn, I am groggy right now. Okay. At Newport, 1888. So these waves are super energetic, man. They're really smashing against these rocks, even though they're not going to like beat the rocks. So this person is checking out the waves and is like, man, these waves are sick. Relentless and enduring, that's pretty good. Ambivalence is like, maybe I like it, maybe I don't. Yeah. Imposing into, yeah, so they're relentless and enduring. They keep, the waves keep crashing against the stuff, but they keep getting like, the rocks are like, you're not gonna beat me, but they're like still gonna go on. Yeah, all right. Overall structure. So I'm reading the answer choices, and they kind of want us to summarize it a little. Okay. Ooh, these two have been secretly exchanging letters. Atlante and Ronaldo. Okay. I mean, it does describe the delivery of a letter and then the happiness of reading the letter. Had not yet written the letter. That's not true. It's written. It doesn't describe, explicitly doesn't describe the contents of the letter. The inspiration behind, yeah, we don't know the inspiration behind it. So it's we're, hey man, we're trying to deliver the letter, and then man, he's stoked. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Main idea. She's determined, dope, and really relentless. Avoid doing chores, no. She's really not getting bored. Yeah, she's stoked. Do we know if she's doing it in order to play? No, this is playing. She's not doing it to play. This is playing. I see where that's coming from. Yeah, she's stoked about working on the garden. Yeah, sure. Living in a weird place is good for you. Unsustainable, no. There, yeah. The most effective way is too strong. Has long supported. We don't have a history. May improve the well-being of the. Yeah. So this is weak wording. Maybe it helps. Long supported is 4 years, but it's not him supporting the stuff. Yeah. Okay. Main purpose. Hey, you're a good poet. Seems like the main purpose. This seems good. People in nature. I'm going to verify those two. Oh, you've read a lot now. This is like your pen is great. Writing process? I don't think so. Yeah. To recount fond memories of an afternoon spent in nature now. All right, so people and nature. You've read The Hearts and Souls of Men and also Flowers. Yeah, cool, great. Hmm. illustrating the claim. Whitman suggests that he deeply understands the reader whom he addresses directly, writing. So we need to, well, that's pretty good. I understand you is what we're trying to go for here. You be my poem. I should have made my, no. This is like, I wish I knew you better. Whoever you are, I fear you're walking in the walks of dream. Yeah, no. So this is, whoever you are, now I place my hand upon you, but your true body and soul. Okay, so like, what what implies more understanding? Putting your hand on someone, or seeing their true soul and body? Probably the latter. Okay, graph questions. So yeah, I think there's like a bunch of these in a row. Data from the table that support the claim. So let's look at the table first. Rates of speech and information conveyed. This is how fast they talk, and this is how much info they, bits per second. Spanish is hella fast, pretty informative. Serbian's pretty fast and not that informative. What's not informative? Thai is not that informative. Okay, whatever. Group of researchers working in Europe, Asia, Oceania. So we need the researcher's claim, which is this. Although languages are very widely in the speed, there's less variation from here to here. Oh, this is the real one. Two languages with very different spoken rates can give basically the same amount of information. So we want like this one, in Spanish and Vietnamese probably is the best one. This, Vietnamese conveys information approximately the same rate as Spanish despite being slower. Vietnamese, slower than Spanish, about the same rate of info. Yeah. And I have time to go through these, but if I were rushed on time, I would just move on right now. Among the 5 languages in the table, Thai and Hungarian have the lowest rates of speech and the lowest rates of information. Well, regardless of whether this is true, it doesn't back up the point, which is that they can vary a lot in terms of speed while giving the same amount of information. So I don't even need to, it probably is true. Well, it's also not true because Thai and Vietnamese are the 2 lowest. But even if it were true, it wouldn't be right. The language spoken the fastest is also conveying the fastest, and so that's just also not true. Spanish isn't the fastest, Vietnamese is fastest. Yeah, again, this is not addressing the right point. We don't want the same rate of speech. We want really different rates of speech. Serbian and Spanish aren't really that similar. Serbian also doesn't convey more information than Spanish. So all of these wrong answers happen also to be, none of them were saying a true thing that wasn't backing up the right point, although they really could have done that. So that's like an easy question, easier than they were allowed to make it. This is important. We need to weaken the student's conclusion rather than support it. This is the first time they've asked a weaken question, I think. Mostly it's been strengthen questions. Maybe not. Maybe it's the other way around. Anyway. Yeah, because this is like we need to support, yeah, whatever. Spider population. Day 1, day 10. Lizards, no lizards. So it's going to be like lizards eat spiders. So the spider population is dropping when there's no lizards, but it drops like way faster when there are lizards. So lizards are going to eat some spiders between days 1 and 10. This is so many spiders. You put 85 spiders in the cage. The student concluded that the reduction in the enclosure with lizards was entirely attributable to the presence of lizards. So that it's not entirely attributable to that because it's reducing anyway when there's no lizards. So we want to say that the largest decline in No. The spider population count also declined by day 30 in the close. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this guy is like, the lizard is eating all of the spiders, but that's not true because when there's no lizards, the number of spiders is also going down. The spider population count also substantially, I'm just going to flag this for just to double check, also substantially declined by day 30 in the enclosure without lizards. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Logically completes the test. This is like military service makes people like them, and so they want to be in civilian government. I'm kind of a little behind on time, TBH. All right, so now we're into grammar. Oh, right, yeah. This is why I'm not that far behind, because these are fast. So this is a bunch of commas. See Pompeii. Unfortunately, as researchers no comma, as researchers Roberto Scandone and Christopher Kilburn attest, comma, this one, there's no comma needed in the middle of that, so that's that. Okay. More punctuation. A 10 by 13 inch, there should just be nothing. Oh, a 10 by 13 inch sampler. Later, in 2014, she arranged folded blankets into two large stacks and then cast them in bronze, creating two curving pillars. So she made a sampler in 2004, and then later, this is interesting. Okay, the word, these are two independent clauses, so you can't just use a comma. And then the reason why you can't use later is that it's redundant. You can't say later in 2014 she arranged folded blankets because we know that it's later because 2014 is later than 2004. So this is redundant. I don't need to mark that. I'm going to mark this anyway because that's like new. Pretty sure that reasoning's right though. Okay. The volume and speed of water at any given location can vary drastically. So it's gathering accurate data is challenging because the country has millions of miles of waterways. Because of the country's millions of miles of waterways, and the fact that it's so terrible, and the fact that the volume and speed of water. So there's not a comma after the that because of two things: the country's millions of miles of waterways, and the fact that the volume and speed of water at any given location can vary drastically. I mean, so this millions of comma, this and thing is terrible. I would love just a comma here, you know. I'm not the biggest fan of that question. I guess I'll mark it, but uh, which choice completes the test so that it conforms? Yeah, okay. Many critics have focused in assessing the films of this Japanese corrector. The critic, this is modifier placement. Many critics have focused on Kurosawa's use of Western literary sources, but have missed his equally deep engagement, blah, blah, blah. Kurosawa is the wrong person. He's not the one assessing the film. There are many critics, okay, this could be right. In assessing the films of Japanese director Akira Kurosawa, there are many critics who have focused on Kurosawa's use of Western literary sources, comma, but they have missed his equally deep engagement with Japanese artistic. The focus, yeah, okay, so it's, so, okay. In assessing the films of Japanese director Akira Kurosawa, many critics have focused on this, but have missed that. Yikes. That one's kind of hard. I feel like I'm having a harder time on this one than the last one. Maybe it's because I'm in worse shape. All right, a bunch of commas. Jigsaw Basic. In, in Chickasaw TV in 2010 and a Rosetta Stone. Oh, he made three things. It's basic. Chickasaw TV in 2010 and a Rosetta Stone language course in Chickasaw in 2016. So we need these semicolons because it's a list with commas in it. So he helped produce the world's first indigenous language instructional app, Chickasaw Basic in 2009, semicolon, an online television network, comma, Chickasaw TV, comma, in 2010. So this is right. This puts the semicolon in the wrong place. This separates, this is also a semicolon in the wrong place. And you do need a semicolon because of the semicolon right here. Okay. I mean, it should just be this, but let's see. Two varieties of the sweet potato plant this, which is known for. Uh-oh. Okay, they examined the defensive responses of two varieties of the sweet potato plant. Here are the two varieties. TN57, which is known for its insect resistance, and TN66, which is much more susceptible to pests. Yeah, so it's the colon here. Yeah. Transitions. This is like a therefore. Yeah. So they thought it was cyclical, but it wipes out all the evidence, and so they were unable to confirm the theory till later. Okay, rhetorical synthesis time. Compare the lengths of the two rail tunnels. This one's longer than that one. This isn't comparing the two. I mean, this one doesn't compare the two. This doesn't compare the lengths. All right, so that one was easy. The reason the Pleiades appearance changed. Why did they change? 7 stars. 7 stars. Today it seems like there was only 6 stars. Why? Because 2 of them have moved close together, so they now. So we need to emphasize that they move close together. Now they look like one. So this doesn't. Yeah. This doesn't talk about why. Boom. This doesn't address the change. Yeah. Have moved as instead of like they just do and have always looked. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Oh my God. There's more. Emphasize the fossil's significance. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, so sea lions, seals, and stuff. Maybe they evolved from like whales, but they didn't. They evolved from stuff on land. And we found this fossil with four legs, webbed toes, and skull and teeth, and which is proof of the mid range between when they were walking on land and when they were underwater. Okay. It doesn't look like both. It's significant. We need to emphasize the significance. Is like it's like proof. Illustrates an early stage from the yeah. Four legs, but the skull and teeth of a seal. Uh, Four legs, webbed toes, skull and teeth of a seal. The transitional fossil was found. Okay, so this rare fossil illustrates an early stage in the evolution. That's why it's important. That's why we care about it. Oh my God, there's so many of these. Last time there were two of these. A difference between the portraits. Emphasize a difference between the two portraits. One's a painting, one's a drawing. That's not a difference. Uh, that's a difference between the people. This while is doing a lot of work here. That was the linking word from last time. It's like that is what's doing the emphasizing, and the difference is the painting versus drawing. Yeah, again, this is a difference between the people that are being portrayed as opposed to a difference between the portraits. I guess I'm doing okay on time. Oh my God, there's gonna be six of these? The role of misconception played. Emphasize the role of misconception played in the naming of a place. Oh my God. Okay. I need to not freak out. 5 minutes for two questions is fine. Okay. The role of misconception played. This is a popular novel. So it's called Baja California because it looked like an island, like this island, but it wasn't an island. That's the misconception. Uh, and that's why Baja California is called that. To the south, why is Baja original called after a fictional place? But that's not a misconception. Thinking it was an island, they called a peninsula California after an island in a popular novel. Yeah, yeah, cool. Student wants to emphasize a similarity between the two. Similarity emphasizes similarity between the two paintings. Painted this? Oh, yeah, it's big. 2019 painted wooden boat people, resurgence of the people. Also big, inspired by this one. Indigenous people in a boat rescuing refugees. And that's pretty good. So, both in boats, both big. These are dates. These are different dates. We want a similarity. This is differences. They're both really big. Both huge, measuring the correct none and the correct one. Yeah, they're both big, emphasizing a similarity. Painting, this is a difference, emphasizing a difference. Yeah, so it's quite important to do the right thing. Sometimes you want to emphasize a difference. Sometimes you want to emphasize a similarity. There are differences and similarities between these things. You could easily get the question wrong by thinking that your job is to do differences. Okay, let's go back. Inherent in human life. Experiences of experience. Okay, there shall be new roads winding, new beating of the drum. Men's eyes, gray lives reprise their span. Yeah, I mean, I'm satisfied with like lots of repetition being the thing. Hmm. Comes in a range of sizes, shapes, and sizes. In 2004, Watt sewed strips of blankets together to craft a 10 by 13-inch sampler. In 2014, she arranged folded blankets into two large stacks and then cast them in bronze, creating two curving 18-foot tall bronze pillars. Sure. Because of the country's millions of miles of waterways and the fact, and waterways, and the fact that, yeah, so that's wrong. And the fact that the volume and speed of water, yeah, so you really can't have a comma after the word that. Yeah, so this is a modifier replacement question, and it needs to be that the thing after the comma is the subject of the sentence. Who is doing the assessing of the films? But it could be the focus. Oh, Christ. This is modifier replacement. In assessing these films, the focus of many critics has been on. Man, if this is wrong, because I don't like the lack of punctuation here, but I think it's right. I might have missed. Man, I'm not in great shape right now. Okay. Uh, Proponent of. So here's a psychologist, and he helped supplement to increasing the proponent of increasing the opportunity. But no. Helping to found Howard. Yeah. Awesome. They praised for like great. So these aren't right. Is it mystifying? Is this mystifying? Mystifying. If critics found it truly mystifying, they're like more confused, but they're praising. Yeah. Imposed, prescribed. Yeah, this is just the word for it. Many influence, disparate influences. Is it lots of different European, American stuff, flat style? tension among his many different influences. So that's what's going on here. That's what disparate means. Okay, how would text 2 respond to the conventional wisdom in text 1? So it's like hunter-gatherer stuff, agriculture, and then hierarchy. We've always been socially flexible. We've been doing hierarchy and non-hierarchy for a long time. So the conventional wisdom is uh, it's inaccurate. It's not like it's not the order that things happen in. Yeah, no, that's the wrong way around. No, no, no. Their point isn't that hunter-gatherers were later, it's that everything was early. So it's not just a linear progression, it's like it's always been lots of different things. Okay. Hmm. Hey, we found a crystal. Here's how we did it. Yeah. Why was it significant? So mixopterids weren't just on La Russia, they were also on Gondwana. For many years, it was only four species on this one continent. But we found this and it expands our understanding of where they were, and it was outside of the paleocontinent of that paleocontinent. We need a fact about mom. Mom does a bunch of cool stuff. These are both very strong. Favorite special occasion. She creates stories and poems for her children. She used to write stories for them, for the children. Made up pieces of poetry. Favorite activity, yeah. It's like, I mean, the fact that it's her children, like, we don't know it's her children, you know? But that's too nitpicky. This would be wrong on the LSAT for that reason, though. You can't assume that they're her children just because her name is Mother. All right. Illustrating the claim. So we need to find a claim here. So we need to contrast her pleasant appearance with her unpleasant. Oh, this is gross. When Mansfield writes of the teenager, she needs to look pleasing to the eye but be annoying. Gross. This is so fucking. It's so male gate. I can't even stand it. Um, she couldn't stand this place a moment longer, and she jumped up and turned away while I went through the vulgar act of paying for the tea. So she doesn't look pretty enough in this one. God, this is so gross. This person is taking a teenager out for this is a woman writing this. So she doesn't look pretty in this either. Here she looks pretty and is being annoyed. While she waited, she took out a little gold powder box with a mirror. She has a lovely nose, but she shook the thing like she hated it. This is that is the disgusting question. We need to support Barrett and Rayfield's suggestion. Okay. Um, how hard did this thing bite? Different studies use different methods to approximate the bite force. Um, all right. The largest one, and these are in different years, different authors. The family of carnivorous dinosaurs that includes these ones and the T-Rex, thought to have had the strongest bite of any land animals in the Earth's history. Determining the bite force of extinct animals can be difficult, however. The paleontologists, these two, who aren't on the graph, have suggested that an estimate of dinosaur bite force may be significantly influenced by the methodology used in generating the estimate. So here, these two used one methodology, and they got kind of the same one, 35,000 kind of range. Tooth bone interaction is much lower, body mass scaling is much higher. Okay, so this is false. Mears used body mass scaling and produced the lowest estimated bite force, but that's not true. The study, Gignac used both analysis to produce an estimated bite force. Yeah, but we need to estimate. We need more than one data point. We need two that are different because of different methodologies. Bates and Falkington and cost, they were similar to each other, while the estimates produced by Mears each differed substantially from any other estimate. Yeah, that's the one, because the different methodologies give different ones. Produced by cost exceeded the estimated maximum produced by. That's not true. That's not true. Okay. Also, if it were true, it would undercut. It would undercut the point, which we're supposed to be supporting the point. And now we're trying to undermine the hypothesis. Yeah, okay, cool. It's a weakening question. Oh my god. I just like zoned out. When digging for clams, their primary food. Hmm. So we're going to damage the roots. It's going to increase how fast the plants reproduce, which is going to make it more genetically diverse, and it's going to benefit the health. This is kind of a hard question. So the thing that's hard is, so the otters are damaging the roots, but there are some meadows uh, where there's a bunch of otters and the eelgrass is all healthy, you know. Right, some sites in the study. That's maybe at lots of places not in the study. Eelgrass meadows' health correlates negatively with the length of residence and the size of otter populations. So like more otters is worse. At some sites in the study, the health of plants unrelated to eelgrass correlated. Well, plants unrelated to eelgrass is not good. We're undermining the hypothesis. They think that there's like a reason why if you damage it, it'll help. And here, yeah, this is just like data that goes the other way. More otters is worse health. That's worth looking more into. Directly support the most directly support the hypothesis. Okay. So there's mountains, there's these two plants, they're just chilling on rock, you know? Uh, but they release these acids in their roots, and they think that we're going to dissolve rock. The things are going to dissolve rock to help get nutrients, phosphates that provide the vital nutrient phosphorus. Okay. So directly supporting the hypothesis, other species maybe do the same thing. No. We need to support the hypothesis. So there's a good thing about dissolving the rock. If they thrive even when there's no phosphates, that's less good because we want them to be doing this in order to get phosphates. Yeah, and so they're going to carve new entry points. So like we could go down these cracks, but I don't want to because I want to dissolve the rock in order to get these phosphates. Yeah. Okay. So these ancestral prevalents, they've been around for a while in the Southwest, and they like dispersed in the late 1200s. And so we established these villages for turkey farming. But there's modern turkeys in southern Colorado where the north central New Mexico ones descended from the Mesa Verde ones with shared genetic markers appearing only after 1280. So like they must have kept going with the turkeys. Yeah. Where's the Rio Grande Valley? Chicken remains at Mesa Verde in southern Colorado to samples from it was a village to samples from modern turkey populations in the Rio Grande Valley of North Central New Mexico. So the Rio Grande Valley, comparing it to Mesa, the Rio Grande Valley ones descended from the Mesa Verde ones that came later. Some ancestral pueblos they moved to Rio Grande Valley afterward and continued farming. Yeah, that's right. Living there primarily planted crops and didn't. Yeah, no. Oh shit. No. Ooh, oh god. No, we don't know that they primarily planted crops. Ancestral Pele likely adopted the farming practices of Other region, yeah, okay. Ooh, it's getting hard. I'm feeling dumb. Ratified by more than 90 countries. Not enough money for corporations, no. Limiting corporate research, no. Yeah. So these agreements are confidential, so we can't tell if they're exploitative. So it wasn't people. So it was over 100,000 years ago. So it couldn't have been people. It must have been something else. It's just like before people happened. These Polynesian varieties, they diverged from South Americans was a long time ago. Yeah, so it probably didn't play a role. Man, am I behind on time? Oh, that's because of this grammar. Okay. The Rox's mysterious. So it's the Playa's sediment mark the Rox's mysterious migration. You need to know that the word playa is singular here. That's rough. In 1950s Lagos. Nigerian also celebrated literature word includes this, a mother of a novel about changing roles, semicolon, this, a TV play. Lagos, semicolon, a kind of marriage, comma, a television play about the private struggles. Yeah, that's right. So the bioswales reduce runoff. This is more modifier placement. By reducing the runoff flowing into city sewers, the bioswales have migrated both street flooding and resulting have mitigated both street flooding and the resulting pollution of nearby waterways. Yeah, modifier placement. Quilts and the quilts, the quilts, the quilts, the. Okay. When viewed up close, however, the portraits reveal themselves to be quilts, the stitching barely visible among the thousands of pieces of printed micro cut fabric. This isn't a complete sentence. So quilts, the stitching, quilts. not these. And the stitching is, you would say, and the stitching is barely visible. Yeah. I like, oh, there's all these columns. Silica glass atoms are so far apart that they're unable to reform bonds after being separated. Has a compared to that of alumina glass, silica glass's atomic arrangement is more dispersed, resulting in a significant disadvantage. Compared to the atomic arrangement of alumina glass, that is huge. Silica glass's atomic arrangement. So we're not comparing alumina glass to silica glass. We're comparing, and we're not comparing yeah. God, that's a tough one. Tenses? Poetry rather than prose to tell the true story of Cuban folk. She uses poetry rather than prose to tell, yeah, single-handedly. However, it's probably this one usually. They don't, Okinaka doesn't make such decisions single-handedly, though. All historical designations must be approved by a group of 9 other experts. So it's not, they don't make it, yeah, I can't explain this, I'm running out of time. I might come back to this and explain this. Did I pick the right one? Yeah, God, I'm brain dead. She made history. Why? Because before now, nowadays, there's a shift in the opposite direction. Nowadays, mathematicians are choosing to collaborate with their peers. They used to work alone. Evidence points to a shift in the opposite direction. So it's like afterward, can be removed from the ground and disposed of in a landfill. Contaminated soil can be detoxified by this. Plants that can withstand high concentration of metals absorb the fluids and store them in their shoots, which are then cut off and safely disposed of, preserving the health of the plants. So it can be removed and disposed of in a landfill, or it can be detoxified with these things, and you cut the roots. Removed from the ground and disposed of. Or it can be detoxified through this method. It's hard to know time. Like, I thought I was really behind, but then I just blew through those grammar questions. All right, rhetorical synthesis. Emphasize the decline in unique apple varieties and specify why. It was because of industrial agriculture. It declined because of industrial agriculture. That's what we want. I mean, it kind of does that. Oh my God, I'm gonna get this one wrong. This doesn't say why, because this talks about a shift in agricultural practices. Since the rise of industrial agriculture, this is maybe not specific enough. U.S. farmers have mainly grown the same few unique apple varieties, resulting in the loss of thousands of varieties less suitable. Yeah. As industrial agriculture rose in prominence, this is also good. The number of crops selected for cultivation decreased dramatically. This is not about apples. I'll come back to that. Already familiar with the monthly. So you're like, hey, remember the monthly? Here's a book. Say, hey, look at this book. So they were already familiar with it, so we don't need any new facts about it. We don't need new facts about it. And this one, we're not introducing the book. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I need to think about this one longer. Yeah. The playa is singular. So it's the playa's sediment. Mark the rocks. Oh, okay, so they say that the playa is singular because it's a flat dry lake bed. No, this is right. So emphasize the decline. This isn't as specific. Yeah, yeah, I'm happy with this. 10 seconds left. I wish I could explain this one. It has to do with the meaning of the however and how the concepts relate to each other. Okay. Jeez. All right, it's break time. I'm gonna literally do a bunch of jumping jacks. You know, I'm not gonna talk that much. I might come back after several minutes to get ready for the next one. I'm gonna freaking go run around. So like BRB. Okay, I just ran around my block and then did a bunch of like sit-ups and stuff. Yeah, okay. I was a lot more time pressured during those sections than I was last time, and it's because I genuinely feel like my brain isn't fully on right now. Like, it's not even that I was having trouble trying. Like, it's just like hard. My reading comprehension was worse than it's normally been. So coming into the math sections, I think I'm more likely to make like small arithmetic errors. Although, yeah, I think I just need to be focused on double checking my work. Um, yeah. Let's see. That test had way more rhetorical synthesis questions than the previous one. The previous one had 4, 2 in each module. This one, the last module had like 6 or something. All right, let me make sure my thing works. So it's like, does this work? My handwriting is really bad right now, you know? Yeah, huh. Yeah, I'm just like not feeling 100% today. But we'll see. I actually think that, during the section I was commenting a lot on me not feeling 100%. I don't know if that helps. Being aware of it, knowing that if I'm not at 100%, I should double check my work more is good, but you're not going to turn it around by keeping telling yourself that like you're done, which I was like constantly. So, we're gonna cut that out. You know, positive talk. We're gonna have a good time on this section. It's gonna be math. It's gonna be the first of the 2 math sections. It's gonna be the easier one. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna blow through it. It'll be very fun. It'll be great. Ugh. Okay. Um, Going into the math, I need to remember that b squared minus 4ac and then negative b over 2a, that's the x coordinate of the vertex. Yeah. And then with these 2 triangles, it's like side angle side, we'll do it. Angle side angle. We'll do it. Yeah. Side side side, we'll do it. Angle angle angle, we'll do it. Okay. Ooh. But the thing I screwed up last time is what is it? Yeah. Angle side side will not do it. Do not make an ass of yourself. That's the thing to remember, and that's what I did. Okay, 15 seconds left. Whew. Yeah. So I think probably it's best. I might move myself over to the left. We'll see. We'll see if this blocks stuff too much. Okay, let's go. One of these is the same equation. Oh God, where's the calculator? Calculator. Okay. We're going to double check this. 6, 10, 13, 2, 15, 22, 10, 4, 4, 4. That's 90. 90 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 90 divided by 9. Whoa. 90 divided by 10 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 90 divided by 10 is 9. Okay. $16 reptiles. 5 times 16, 80. Huh. Cube is side cubed, right? 41 by 41 by 41. So it's 41 times 41 times 41. 68921. The volume, cubic inches of a cube. Yep. Three, 13 is p%. Yeah, so we got 25 p per equals 13. P equals 13 over 25. 13 over 25. So it's 0.52, so it's 52%. And does that make sense? Yeah, it's a little bit over half of 25. Yeah. So it started at 15. It starts here. And then it's going to increase by 4%. So it's this. Start at 1500. And then it's going to go up by 4%. So this is up by 4%, up by 4% for the next 5 years. I don't know how to factor that. Did I screw something up? Yes, I did. I combined these two steps. I shouldn't be skipping steps right now. I was just talking about how brain dead I am. I'm just lucky that... Okay. The positive solution is like between 2 and 2.5, which is to say I think it's like 7 over 4. 9 over 4? Yeah, 9 over 4. And now we're just going to double check. Whoops. 9 over 4. So we're going to go 9 over 4 squared plus 7 over 4 times 9. I don't know if this is worth it. Minus 9 equals 0. So this is 36 over 16 plus, okay, 7 times 9, 54 over 16 minus 9 is 0. 36 plus 54, why am I doing this? 36 plus 54 is 90 over 16. So it's like 90 over 16. It better be 9, but it's not. Ninety over 16 minus 9. I'm being stupid. I'm being stupid for some reason. Do I mark this and come back? This is such an easy question. Do I want to do quadratic? No, I'm going to mark it to come back. Standard deviation should be literally the same. It's the same data, just in a different spot, so the standard deviation should be the same. The scale is also the same. One, two, three of them. We have to do logs? Ah. Oh, and x is 3. So it's 5. We need the, okay. And the cube root of 125 is 5. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So A is 5, G of 4. So 19 times 4, no, 5, A is 5. 5 to the 4th. So 5 to the 4th is 625 times 19. 11,875. I'm gonna not do great on this test. It's like, I'm probably gonna make a fair amount of mistakes. Okay, linear and quadratic systems. Let's just graph these. What? X minus 2. There might be, like, I bet if I think about this a little bit, there's a big brain, like, you can just tell. But I feel like I'm just, like, scared right now. looks like 0, comma, I'm gonna zoom out here. Yeah, it looks like they hit right here, 0, comma 2, you know? Do I have these right? X minus 2, x plus 4, 6, yeah, 0, comma 2. Okay. No. 2, comma 0. X is 2. Y is 0. Gah. Oh boy. Oh, similar triangles. I'm good at these now. Okay. Check out F corresponds to J, G, and K are right angles. So I'm going to do this. Oh, God. Okay. F corresponds to J, and this is, so G and H, and this is K and L. So this is a right angle, and this is a right angle. F corresponds to J. Yeah. Sine of F, opposite over adjacent, is 308 over 317. What is the value of sine of J? It's the same. It's the same. They're the same one. They're similar triangles. They're the same goddamn thing. Okay. I'm gonna like sanity check that one. So I'm doing, well, like theoretically great on time, but they're getting harder. So this says that 410. When this number, t over 410, gets to 1, that's when we're going to double, because it's times 2. So after 410 minutes, this hits 1, the thing doubles. Okay. We need to isolate this one, k over p. We need to move this whole thing over here. We need to move p down here. Yeah, I mean, dude, I hate this. Shut up. Okay. So perpendicular, it's like flippy floopy. So first we need to find the slope. 4y plus 8x equals 6. 4y equals negative 8x plus 6. Y equals negative 2x plus 6. So the slope, instead of being negative 2, it's positive 1/2. So it's the positive version of a thing, and then you 1 over. Line R is perpendicular to line P, so it's positive 1/2. Okay. Okay. This is stuff I've never heard of before. The measure of arc RS is 100 degrees. What is the measure of its associated angle ROS? It should just be 100 degrees. I've never... this is math that I'm not familiar with. Like, they don't use language like this. Either that or it's like trying to like mind game us. It's weird. Like if it were a point other than the center of the circle, then it would be different. ROS? Okay. Yeah, so, okay, it needs to be negative, we know that. And it needs to hit the y-axis. So it needs to go x minus 4. So it can't be either of these, that's x plus 4. And then it needs to be x plus 5, and the plus 5 needs to be squared. It needs to bounce off. Yeah. This one, no, it's not new. They do this. X minus 4, x plus 5. Yeah, this one would go through. Okay. Yeah, okay. How am I doing on time? I'm way ahead on time. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get to go spend like 20 minutes on that other one. F of x equals 2.01x. Increasing linear. As x goes up, y also goes up. So we could care about the, okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see if I can be a clever boy here. So 4x squared plus, I mean, I could just graph it directly actually, but I'm gonna do this. So this reaches its minimum at, so this graph, which I have 4x squared plus 64, x plus 262, right? So this one reaches its minimum at -8. And the thing about this graph is it's like f, but for f plus x plus 5. So it's going to shift to the left by 5. Which is to say, I think the answer is going to be -13. But actually, so I think I'm just going to like this. We should be able to verify it like this. Plus 64 x plus 5. And then plus 262. And that, yeah. So it moved, doing that moves it 5 to the left, which makes it -13. Yeah. And notice I didn't have to do math. Yeah. X coordinate. Yeah, we could have solved it out and then gone negative b over 2a is the other way to do it. So Angel Cruz would be expected to win. So okay, so it's so Cruz is 483 out of the 803. And so it's like, how many would he get out of the 6424? So it's 483 times 6424 over 803. That's the math that we want to do on the calculator. 483 times 6424. That horrible number. These parentheses aren't necessary. 803. 3864. Let's find it, please. Yeah, great. A is a constant. The graphs intersect at exactly 1 point. What's the value of x? So this is the one where they, so we're going to set them equal to each other, and then the b squared minus 4ac is going to equal 0. So 3x plus a equals 2x squared minus 21x plus 64. So we're setting them equal to each other because they're intersecting. Then we're going to flop them all into standard form. So we're going to make this equal 0. So it's going to be 0 equals, so 2x squared still, minus, we're subtracting minus 24x, so we subtracted 3x, not adding, we're subtracting 3x, plus, and then it's 64 minus a. Okay, now the thing here is that b squared minus 4ac, which is a little bit annoying, this needs to equal 0. Man, I could just graph this. But we're going to try this. I got all excited about it. So negative 24 squared minus 4 times 2. So this isn't this a, this is this a. Times 64 minus a. That equals 0. I really should just graph these. It's so stupid. Like, I got all excited about this like new math that I like supposedly know, but I could just graph it. I wonder if that's what I did last time. 576 minus, and this is 8. This is 8 times 64. Okay, I'm doing this too much. Well, so it's, okay, so it's minus 8, and then we're going to distribute it. So it's negative 8 times 64, which is 512. And then it's negative 8 times negative a, so it's plus 8a equals 0. Okay, so 576 minus 512 is 64. Okay, yeah, this is looking right. So 64 plus 8a equals 0, and then 8a equals negative 64, and then a equals negative 8. And that's the right answer. Okay. Let's graph these and see if that helps. Oh, can I move this? Oh, great. 2x squared minus 21x plus 64. Okay. 3x plus, oh, plus, okay, I couldn't have just graphed, I could have like guessed and checked, maybe? Well, that's not right. Oh, negative 8. Oh, look at that. Wow, that works. Okay, so what could I have done? I could have like guessed and checked, actually, and that would have worked. Yeah, like I could have just plugged these in, negative 8, negative 6, what happens? That would have been faster. Aha! A is negative 8. Congrats. But that's not the question that we're answering. We're answering the question of where do they intersect, which is that one probably actually, no, I'm just like doing all these things the wrong way. That one probably would be better done with the equations, although it looks like 6. Right here, 6, it's 6. X is 6. Aha. Ugh, I almost missed that. Right, 10 minutes left. This is question 8. It's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be easy. This is supposed to be an easy question. What is a positive solution to a given equation? Negative, am I going to use the quadratic formula? I could just graph it. That's what happened. That's what I did last time. What am I supposed to, what the big brain thing to do? The big brain thing to do. So this, I'm supposed to think that it's 9 over 4, and then it should be, these two should add to 7 over 4. No, it should be, it's crazy that this is the one that's ruining me. Like, I don't want to try to factor this. That's not, I don't think that's the way. All right, quadratic formula feels also stupid. So A is 1, B is 7 over 4, and C is negative 9. So negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared 49 over 16 minus 4 times 1 times C all over 2. So negative 7 over 4 plus or minus the square root of, this is 49 over 16, this is plus 36. So like 36 times 16 is, so this is 576 over 16. So we're going to do that. 576 plus 49 is 625. Okay, can we go to that? 625 divided by 16, is that a thing? No, okay. So the square root of, what's the square root of 625? Square root 625, 25, okay, so it's 25 over 4 plus or minus negative 7 over 4 plus or minus, so 7 plus 25, no, negative 7 plus 25, 18, and then negative 7 minus 25 is negative 32. Why am I, all over 2. So it's 18 over 8 and 32 over 8. What's 18 over 8? It's 9 over 4. Okay, and this is negative 4. So that's right. Why am I struggling so much with this? So was 9 over 4 and negative 4? Why am I struggling so much with this one? I mean, all right, so because what also happened is I just said it's negative 4x squared minus 7x, plus 36. And then, the positive solution here is just a little bit more than 2, It's like, 9 over 4. 9 divided by 4, it's like 2 and 2.25, and that's right. That's where it is, So x equals positive 2.25, and then I just get there from there. So I just must have, when I was double checking it up here, made some silly mistakes. And okay, it's a waste of time to debug that further. Yeah, it's a waste of time to debug that one further. Although coming back to it next time, I surely should do that. Okay, yeah. This is worth just redoing. Oh boy. Okay. So, yeah. Right, so g of x equals 19 times a to the x. A is a positive constant. G of 3 is 2375 equals 19 times a to the 3. Yeah, I mean, 2375. 2375 divided by 19 is 125. Yeah, I mean, okay, so it's like 125 equals a to the 3, so a is 5. And then we go g of 4 equals 19 times 5 to the 4. So we're going to go 5 to the 4. I don't think I screwed that up. 625 times 19 is 11,875. 11,875. Okay. Yeah, okay, also worth doing again. I bet maybe I screwed that up. FGH. 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 J. K. L. F is the same as J. These are the same. And these are both right angles. G and K are right angles. If the sine of F, this, is the something, what's the sine of J? Well, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same. Yeah, All right. Yeah, I'm feeling maybe a little more comfortable. So we got the center of the circle. The measure of from there to here is 100 degrees. Maybe they're testing that, like, what's the angle of, like, they could, I don't see how it's anything other than 100. But maybe in a related question, they could ask you about, like, where's my circle? Maybe in a related question, they could ask you, they say this is 100, and then they could ask you about this, which would be 50. That's like the central angle theorem. We're going to say, oh, there's some other point A, and that would be 50, but they don't seem to be doing that here. Yeah. I need to, like, there's surely a smarter way to do this. Yeah. Okay, so I almost got burnt on, where was it? I almost got burnt on this one, but they hit at 6, which that's right. So, like, at the end of this section, I'm feeling, like, confident, but also I made and caught so many small errors that I really would not be surprised if I miss, like, 3 or something because of small errors. All right, this is the one I'm going to do backward. That seems like an okay idea. Right. We're going to skip to 22. Okay. So A is positive. Vertex at a point H, comma K. Where H and K are constants. It just has a vertex. Oh, K is less than 0. Below the... F of -9 is... Oh, F of... Oh. The vertex is halfway between these points. Right. They're 12 apart, so it's 6 in from either side. The vertex is, so H is -3. Okay. Does C need to be negative? Does A need to be more than 1? Wow. Okay, this is a hard question. I'm gonna actually try to actually solve the equation. Negative B over 2A is -3. That's something. The x-coordinate of the vertex, that's something. A is positive, so B is 4. Oh ho. Oh, okay. Negative B over 2A is the x-coordinate of the vertex, and the x-coordinate of the vertex is -3. So, okay, cool. So -4 equals -3 times 2A. So -4 is -6A. So it's going to be positive 2 over 3. Okay, cool. So A is not true. So not these. So now we've got f of x equals 2/3 x squared plus 4x plus c. And now we need to know it opens upward, its vertex is below the x-axis. So C is the y-intercept. Does the y-intercept need to be below the x-axis also? I think the answer is no. Uh, so just moving this around just pushes the thing up and down, right? Oh, I can't copy paste. I'm just gonna confirm this. So it's like plus 10 is just gonna push it up by 1. Okay. So we need this to be, no, so it can be, yeah, the vertex can be negative and the y-coordinate can be positive. Or the y-intercept can be positive. The vertex is negative. Neither of them have to be true. Ooh, that's tough. Okay. These are crazy. What? This is crazy. C is a positive constant. It's positive. So long as one of the solutions to the given equation. So, well, oh, aha! Oh, clever Mike. These are fractions. I'm going to add these like a fraction. So it's x squared minus c squared over square root of x squared minus c squared. Ooh, equals 39. Isn't this, no, no, but so x minus c is the same as the square root of x minus c squared. Because x minus c, the square root of x minus c times the square root of x minus c needs to be x minus c. That's what it is. So this is root x minus c times root x plus c equals 39. All right, so we're going to keep these together, actually. Yeah, and we'll keep this as x squared minus c squared. So it equals plus or minus 39 squared. So this is minus c squared plus 39 squared. Yeah, okay, I mean, come back to that one too. Holy smokes, these are hard. I don't know if going backward was a good call. I might run out of time. Oh, and get stomped. Okay. No solution. They're parallel. Okay, this one should be easier. Y equals mx plus b form. So remember the y's over here. So 30 plus 72 is 102y. We're going to move this over here. So it's 48x minus 24. Switch the sides. 102y equals 48x minus 24. And then we're going to divide by 102. Y equals 48 divided by 102. I kind of wish we could simplify. Like, I mean, I also just do this myself. 48 over 102. So this is 24 51, and that's probably good enough. I don't know if 51 is primed, but okay. Minus, and then it's 24 over 102, which is to say it's 12 over 51. So R is a constant. If the system has no solution, what's the value of R? So we're going to go y equals negative 16x plus 1 over 6, but then we need to divide both of these by r, so it's negative 16 over r, and then it's 1 over 6r. So, but this, the system has no solution, so these are different, but these are the same. The slopes are the same, so 24 over 51, that's the same as negative 16 over r, which is to say that 24r is the same as negative 16 times 51. So r is negative 16 times 51 over 24. This is getting spicy. So negative 16 times 51. That divided by 24. Now, if this is like a nice clean number, that'll be a good sign. Negative 34. Okay, cool. R equals negative 34. I mean, like, maybe. The chance, I feel like I'm not going to get a 1600 on this test. Twice. So we need 440. The amount of paint you need the room has a total wall area of this many square feet. 1 gallon of paint. So how many gallons do you need? Well, you need the number of, so you're going to take the total wall area of W, you're going to multiply that by 2, and then you're going to divide that by 220. Because this is there's a total wall area of W, but you need to do it twice. So you need to get 2W. But then every gallon of paint covers 220 square feet. So for every 1 gallon, you need, for every 220 square feet, you need 1 gallon. Yeah, so this is converting feet to gallons. So it's W over 110. It's that. Now, let's just make sure that's right. So let's say the room, well, let's say the room is 110 square feet. That means you need 1 gallon of paint to paint it twice. Yeah, that works. Okay, we're getting better here. Square miles, so square yards versus square miles. This is going to be interesting because 1 mile yards squared. Oh man, dimensional analysis is going to be a little annoying here because it's like that, and then you need to cancel out the yards twice. So 1760 yards for a single mile, and then you need to do it again to cancel out both yards. So we're going to take the number, divide it by 1760, then divide it by 1760 again. So the number is 11863,808. And we're going to divide it by 1760. What a number that is. And then we're going to go this divided by 1760. And it's 3.83 square miles. Sure. Yeah. Does it come out the same? Why am I doing this? This is a waste of time, what I'm doing. But, you know, yeah, okay, you know, okay. I feel okay about that. Okay. We could graph it, but the x-intercept is what happens when y is 0. Y equals f of x in the fy plane. Sure, 84 equals 7x. 84 over 7, 12. 12 comma 0. It's a line going up. The y-intercept is pretty low. It's not going to be any of these negative numbers. It's not going to be 7. You know, yeah, when x is 12, it's 84 times x. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm past the halfway point in turn time and not past the halfway point, so I'm like technically behind, but these questions are getting a lot easier. Mm. 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 Okay. Shit. You know? So let's divide all these by 2. 21. 104. Let's take an x out. And now I have to, things that add to 21, and I don't want to factor that. So I'm going to like do this half measures, x squared plus 21x plus 104. Apparently the things that add to 104 are 8 and 8 and 13. So is that right? So like 8 times 13 is 104, and 8 plus 13 is 21. Right, so it's like x, and then it's 8x plus 8 and x plus 13. One of the factors is x plus b. So the smallest one is 8. Yeah, maybe worth redoing, but... So I fully didn't get this one. No. This one? I feel like there was one, well, okay. I thought there was one that I gave up on. Table gives the coordinates. What's the y-intercept? when x is 0, the y-intercept k minus 5 is 0, because the y-intercept is what happens when x is 0. So k is 5. Okay. What is the value of b? So 5 and 13 and 12 and negative 15. This is where I wish I was better at point slope form. So this is a rise over run. It went down by 13 plus 15. So minus 28, 7, negative 4. So the slope is negative 4. Y equals negative 4x plus b. Yeah, 13 equals negative 4 times 5 plus b. 13 equals negative 20 plus b. B equals 7. I'm not the biggest fan of that either, honestly. That was pretty wacky. But I gotta hurry. Well, I really gotta hurry. The vertex is at 7, comma 3. So the height was 3. Solve the equation. Okay. I should know this, but This is wrong. Okay, great. No, it's not wrong. Okay, no, it's not wrong. Okay. Crap. This is the sum of the two because it's whatever the thing is and whatever the thing is, they need to add to that. They need to add up to negative 27 over 3. This is such basic stuff. This shortcut is so basic. That should be the sum. So negative 9. But the other thing is that I think it's 9. Because the things that we put in need to add to that, but the solutions are the negative versions of those things. So it's positive 9. Yeah, that's one for sure I need to look up. That's like a low-hanging fruit SAT shortcut that I should have known even from the past. I'm going to get so screwed here doing it backward. They're just the same angle. Maybe I clutch it? Two, 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 four, four, five, five, seven, seven, nine, nine. They're the same. No. I think they're the same. Yeah. Okay, this one should be quick too. So 24 squared plus 21 squared equals uh, uh, something, like so like x squared. This is the hypotenuse. It can be written in the form 3. So this is 3 times 8 squared plus 3 times 7 squared equals 3 times d squared. This is probably a 3, 4, 5 triangle where it's 3 times 7. No, it's not. 24. I'm panicking. 24 squared plus 21 squared. Okay, 1017. So it's 1017 equals 3 root d. This is not the right way, but one one four nine two one. I bet I got that one wrong. No. Ah. Ten 17. I'm gonna run out of time. I'm gonna get so punished for this. Okay, I need to skip to it. I can't. I'm gonna run out of time. Add them up. Fuck. Damn it. Okay. Equals 3a. Total f plus a plus. I ran out of time. All right, so guesses on these. You know, oh, I ran out of time. Going backward was a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. I'm not good enough at math to go backward. I'm gonna get wrecked. I'm feeling sad. The experience was fine. No. Oh man, I'm gonna get stomped in the math. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna get stomped in the math, man. It's because the hard ones took me too long. All right, at ace reading and writing. Math. Woof. It's interesting because probably content-wise, those earlier questions. Yeah, so this is what I was saying uh, about going backward being for high scorers. Like, so the new one starts. Where does the new module start? That's kind of annoying that it doesn't say. But yeah, I mean, so I just got stomped. I missed. So these are ones that I like actually missed, I think. How many did I actually miss? Okay, I missed this one. Dude, I got wrecked. I'm gonna need to go over this in a lot more detail. I'll probably make a separate video doing this. So I missed that one for like actual reasons. I missed this one for actual reasons, which is fair. That's the one. This is the sum. This is the one that I was using the whatever trick it is. And it doesn't look like they say you're using a trick. They're like under the impression you're going to do the quadratic formula, so that's interesting. Um, they're not the same. Yeah, they're not the same. Why? Because uh, hard to say. I mean, probably if I were doing it forward, you'd add them up. I guess having a lot of these ones, 97542, 97542. By the number of values in the dataset. When the dataset is represented in a frequency table. For dataset A, the sum of products. I mean, yeah, like going back, I mean, you could just calculate the means and see what's up. Uh, hmm. Oh, that's stupid, though. Like, of course, yeah, of course, this sum is going to be less than this sum. Yeah, that was dumb. I was in a rush, right? Because this was problem. It's hard to say what problem it is, but yeah, it was toward the beginning of the section, and I was just rushing. Uh, and here's where it was a complete guess. So that was a guess. Was this one a guess? Okay, that one wasn't a guess, but it really could have gotten this wrong. This was a complete guess. So this was all timing. I got lucky. I just completely got lucky for that. So I should have gotten that one wrong. And no, okay, so I got that right. So I panicked and, oh, did I miss? I missed one. This is from the first question, and I missed a table data question. So yeah, so this is actually also content. Uh, hmm, hmm, hmm. That one's weird. Uh, that one's interesting. I like actually missed that one for like I should know how to do table data questions. Yeah, okay. So what, in total that's six missed on the math. Ooh, that's so brutal, man. And only two of them, maybe three of them, can be attributed to time. Like, I should not have done this section backward. I spent way too long on these two. And there's a lot of content gaps, you know? I'm rusty on math. I need to get better at doing some math, so I've got some work to do there. Let's see. Reading, writing, I guess I got everything right, so that's fine. I don't know what lessons there are from there. Yeah, so I'll make a separate video talking about the results. But, overall, man, 1520, that's not so great. Um, I, I think actually that going back to going back to my original thoughts, kind of my main takeaway, man, is uh, your mindset and your level of like preparation, not even preparation in terms of study, like making sure that you have enough sleep and that you're in good shape, I commented this kind of throughout, but I'm not in good shape right now. My brain is working slower than it usually does. I actually think the main thing's probably sleep, not getting enough sleep. Usually the way that you notice that is like when you're reading, you're trying to keep a bunch of information in your head and it doesn't work. You just like can't keep it all in your head and you keep losing focus and stuff. Often that's because of sleep deprivation, you know. Um, yeah, so we'll see, probably there's math stuff that I need actual content work on, almost surely. But yeah, that performance is I think highly, it's a combination of going backward on the second math section was a terrible idea. That was a terrible idea. That did not work. Um, and then also, I need to get more sleep. I need to turn my brain on. Uh, yeah. Okay, so that's it for now. And I'll see you in the next review video, which hopefully will come out soon. Later.